Nicholas County Chamber of Commerce Live on Main is brought to you by Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
And we're having a Nicholas County School update today. So this is Mr. Dustin Lyman. Good morning.
Good morning. I'll start off the school update with FFA. The last event was the farm to table dinner. It was a huge event. Thank you to everybody who donated and came out and showed up to support the Nicholas County FFA. The farm to table dinner actually raised $6,000.
Oh my goodness.
Around about $6,000.
Yeah.
For students, all that money goes to scholarships for FFA, FCCLA, and Nicholas County 4-H.
And if you weren't there, you surely missed a wonderful night. The weather was perfect, the food was delicious, we had wonderful company, and it was for a good cause. We got out there and we are raising scholarships, money for kids that are going to go to school. So yeah, it was a great night. About how many showed up, do you know?
We sold 250 tickets. All those were sold. We sold completely out, but there were a few seats not filled. We probably had around 230, 240, but it was a great turnout for our event.
Oh, it was. I mean, you know, we had, like I say, we had a lot of people there, and the company was wonderful. And the thing is, that area has such an ambiance to it anyway because of the history, and it just shows Nicholas County. So, but I thank you. I thank you for each and every one of you that got out there and chopped and peeled, and your instructors and the people that supported you. So, good job, by the way. So.
Thank you. The next FFA event coming up is a jacket drive. National Convention's coming up for FFA, and we would like to help some students who can't afford jackets or that are less fortunate. And if anybody's willing to donate money, any little bit helps. Every little bit goes to the jackets to help get our kids' jackets to go on the National Convention. We actually have 2 national competitors this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Logan Buchanan in extemporaneous public speaking, and Camelia Applegate and Bree Hutchinson in the science fair.
Very good. And it's an honor for a small school to be able to bring out kids to the large functions like that and participate and show well, and Nicholas County does.
Yeah, for sure. That's one thing our school does well.
Yes, they do.
Next, the football update. They started off the season strong. The football team started off the season very good with the 43-27 win against Belfry Friday. This Friday they play against Pendleton.
Is that a home game?
Home game against Pendleton.
Yeah. Okay.
So everybody come out and support the boys. Volleyball. Volleyball's had a good season so far. 5 wins, 4 losses. They play in the semifinals against Augusta and Bishop Brossard tonight.
Now is that home or?
That's at Bishop Brossard.
At Bishop
playing
Brossard.
against Augusta.
Okay.
And the golf team. Yesterday, the golf team had a match. The boys' leader was Tate Letcher, and the girls' leader was Regina Sanders. Nicholas County won the match.
So they had a good time too. So
Yeah.
Okay, let's kind of switch back just a little bit. You were talking about donations for the FFA jackets and the guys going to national and everything. Okay, if some of our listeners or watchers on Facebook would like to make a donation to the jacket fund, can you explain how they can do that? Because there'd be a lot of people like me who wouldn't know who to get to.
Well, the donation, if it's checked, goes to Nicholas County FFA. You can just bring it up to the high school and drop it off, or find an FFA member. There's plenty of us. I'm sure if you find just about any teenager around the county, they probably are an FFA member, and if they're not, they can definitely guide you towards one. Just give the money to them or take it to the school, Nicholas County FFA.
And then there's Mr. Earlywine.
Mr. Earlywine and Miss Rogers.
Miss Rogers, and they would both be there. Do you know about how much each jacket is going to cost, or has there been any summary for that?
A jacket's $50 to $75. I know something that the National FFA does is the Give the Gift of Blue contest, where students can do an essay and then get a free jacket if their speech qualifies. But that doesn't take all of our students. Not all of our students can get that. They only take so many. So we still need donations, and the more the better.
So please, if you would like to donate, and it doesn't have to be a whole $50 or anything. If you have $1 to $5 that you can donate, the more people that does and goes out, not does, but goes out and does that, then you can be able to afford more jackets. And this is a wonderful organization, like I say. This is what we are doing. We're teaching our young people to step out there in business and in farming. And after all, this is an agricultural area, isn't it?
Yes. Agriculture is one of our biggest products, especially tobacco. I feel like it's something we need to emphasize more on, though, in our nation is agriculture. Hemp's a big one, and everybody's like, no, hemp's bad. It's kind of similar to marijuana, but really, I went to Murray for a week, and it's not even close.
No.
Hemp is going to be, it's the next big thing in agriculture.
And the thing with hemp, there's two different types, the articles I've read on it, and I have not been to any type of seminar on it, but the articles I've read, there's two different types of hemp. There's the type that had the medicinal purposes, of course, but there's also the type that they make rubbers and things from. And this is the type that the people in Kentucky are talking about raising. So it does not have that whatever structure that the other one has. So it's going to be a wonderful product, because tobacco, after all, is coming down.
Yeah.
And so a lot of corn, soybeans, and hemp is taking over that market, don't you think?
Yeah, the biggest thing I've seen with hemp is what they talked about at Murray. They're trying to make car bodies out of it.
Yes.
How the fibers can bond together, and it's cheaper than the metals used for cars, and it's easier to get to. Yeah, it's more durable, easier to get to, a lot safer. So hopefully there'll be some big new technologies made with hemp.
And opening a big market for the farmers in Kentucky, because after all, the Kentucky farmer, well, any farmers, they, most people think, well, they make big money. They really don't. And a lot of them struggle to keep the family farms. So, by supporting the kids and FFA and FCLA and all that, you are supporting the county, the Kentucky, the future of America, aren't you?
Yep, for sure.
So, how is school starting up? You've been in a week?
We've probably been in about 2.5 weeks.
Oh,
we started the
started
8th. Yeah, we started August 8th.
Uh-huh.
Senior year, pretty good.
Doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey.
I co-op up at the ag department, so I'm up at the school all day. So I work with Ms. Rogers and Mr. Earlywine to help them do whatever needs to be done. Take care of the greenhouse. I'll probably be in the greenhouse when we start selling plants, start selling the flowers. I'll be in the greenhouse, in those shops. Sometimes I'm in the classroom just kind of like shadowing them, learn about agriculture, education, how to be a teacher. That's a possible career for me, not saying that that's what I exactly want to do right now, but that's always a possible career.
Well, I mean, you have to examine different areas that you want to do. Are they going to be selling mums this year? Poinsettias?
Yes,
what kind of flowers are they going to be
we're selling mums and later in the fall, and then we're also selling the same spring plants that we always sell. But I do not believe we're selling poinsettias.
Oh, okay. Because was it a couple years back that I bought, maybe it might have been a little longer, but I bought poinsettias from you guys. And they had some beautiful poinsettias. And I'm pretty sure it was in the past 5 years. Do you know?
I can't remember.
Oh, okay. So maybe I'm wrong. So don't listen
You might
to
be
me.
right, but I've only been in high school 4 years, so.
Oh, well, I've been alive more longer than that, so I've been buying poinsettias longer than that. But your vegetables, your vegetable plants, and your flower plants are lovely. If you all don't go out there in the spring and pick those up, you're really in for a loss, because they survive the growing season well. Do you all sell those little pansies? They're good in the fall.
I'm not sure.
1 or 2 in fall.
I'm actually not sure.
Okay.
But we're selling mums. We usually sell out of mums, like really quick. But somebody else who sells them are 2 of our members, Logan and Field McCannon. They sell them. You can just drive by their house out on, I can't remember the road.
Walnut Grove.
Walnut Grove, that's it. And they sell them out there. So, and they always have plenty.
Yeah, they have pretty ones too.
Yeah.
So now they usually come to Saturday in Carlisle. Is FFA and FBLA going to be at Saturday in Carlisle?
I know FFA will be at Saturday in Carlisle selling. And we'll also be selling our beef sticks, which we sell to students at school to help raise some money. And we'll have students out there helping all day.
Yeah. And this way that people can, will you be handing out any type of information on the FFA program or anything like that, or what will you be doing that day?
Well, our alumni, I know, will be selling raffle tickets for a gun that they're selling to help raise money, and all this money goes to the students. which we can't sell a gun, but the alumni can.
Mhm.
So you help them out, you help us out, and all it helps the students. So
Yeah. So how, have you heard how the children in the new elementary school's doing this year? Do they really enjoy it down there?
I was down there for Ready Fest, and I know it's a beautiful school. It all looks really nice. The students, I think, enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. It was a well-needed thing.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now, did you go to the old elementary school
Yes.
and then went up? And there's quite a bit of difference, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be. It's a lot easier to get to. It's all one floor.
Mhm.
It's easier for the students to find. So I think it helps them out a lot.
Yeah. Well, like I say, that was a well-needed project, and
Yeah.
it's wonderful for the Nicholas County kids. So, is there anything else that you want to talk about that's happening at the school right now? Is any of the other programs like 4-H going, or the different clubs that's going at this time? Have they started up?
State Fair actually happened. They're still going on, right? State Fair?
I think so.
But FFA went up last week, and we had a few competitors in that, in small engines. Bodie, Taggett, Marcus Gardner, Carlton McCarty, and myself competed in small engines. We placed 6th in the state. Marcus was
That's good. How many
top
was
10
there?
individual. There were 12 teams, and Marcus was top 10 individual.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Marcus did really well.
Yeah. So, did any of the other groups go up?
I'm not sure.
Just you
I
guys?
know we took a group of middle schoolers up, which is something that we enjoy a lot. We try to involve the middle schoolers as much as possible, even though we don't have a middle school chapter. We take them to competitions and let them compete and just show them what FFA is about and let them learn.
Have you guys thought about having like a pre-FFA group, or, that would be for the middle school kids before they get into the high school, or?
That's what
is
we
there
try
any
to do
talk
with
of
our
that?
8th graders. But in order to be an FFA, you have to take an ag class, and they only offer that to 8th graders in the middle school. So we try to keep
Oh,
them
okay.
incorporated as much as possible. Like we have a lock-in once a year at the high school for them. We take them to different competitions, like I said, state fair, national convention, everywhere we can, just to keep them involved.
Yeah, so there's quite a bit going on to help them. Because I know a lot of kids, you remember yourself. You went into high school, you didn't know what clubs you'd like to join, whether it be drama or French or, whatever clubs that you guys have. And now there's so many with so many initials, acronyms.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what they are. So I think it's nice that you get out and kind of steer them along.
Yeah, that's something that we like to do through FFA. I know the cheerleaders do it too. We kind of took it from them, the Big Little program.
Mm-hmm.
I know junior year, which last year and this year we're doing it, where we'll take in so many 8th graders and so many freshmen and kind of get them incorporated into the chapter and help them learn and kind of lead them around and get them going in the right direction.
Well, that's really a good thing. And now let's talk about, you were talking about some ball games and stuff. How much is it going to cost for a family if they want to take their kids to the ball game? Is it still the $5
Yes,
fee?
$5,
that you have?
$3 for students, I believe, and $5 per adult.
And so you can get in and root your favorite team on.
Yeah, hopefully that's the Jackets.
I hope so. Have they thought any more about anything about homecoming yet or anything? Because it's coming up
I'm not
pretty
sure.
soon,
Yeah, it's
isn't
coming
it?
up fast.
Yeah, because I was thinking, you said football. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, it's going to be time for homecoming. And
Yeah, coming up fast.
yeah. So you want to just run over one more time what is going on and the different games and the times maybe that they start, so that our listeners can come if they want to. So.
Okay. The football team won last week against Belfry, 43-27. It was a big win. That's their first game of the season.
Right.
So right now they're looking pretty good. They play Friday at home against Pendleton County. The volleyball team, they're having a pretty strong season right now. 5 wins and 4 losses. They play in the semifinals today. It's a away game at Bishop Brossard against Augusta. So at Bishop Brossard against Augusta. Golf team, they won their match yesterday. The boys' leader was Tate Letcher, and the girls was Jenna Sanders. And Nicholas County sports is looking strong right now. A bunch of wins everywhere.
Very good. And thank you for coming out.
Nicholas County Chamber of Commerce Live on Main is brought to you by Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.